who is here to talk to us about matters security, matters crime in and around Kampala, and certainly we want to understand what is happening. We've had a lot of issues in our society, including, of course, but not limited to murders, cases of theft, cases of thuggery, cases of rundowns on our roads, and a lot of these. We want to understand from the perspective of the Uganda Police what is happening, what is the status of our security, and going forward, what are they doing, but also what can we do as ordinary citizens to see that we assist the Uganda Police and other security agencies to see that this problem is resolved, and certainly we live peacefully, we live in harmony, and we have confidence that everything we do will be secure and survive for the next day. Before we get into that, Afande is going to say hello to you, dear viewers, and certainly we shall move into the depth of the conversation. Afande Alaso, good morning and thank you for joining us on Church of Uganda Family TV.
Thank you. My name is Superintendent of Police Alaso Immaculate. I am the Regional Community Liaison Officer, Kampala Metropolitan North. Our regional offices are in Kawempe. Kampala Metropolitan North, or Kampala, people call it Kempi North, comprises of 8 divisions. That is Old Kampala. We have Wandegea, we have Kawempe, Wakiso, Nansana, we have Kasangati, and then Matuga. That is our policing area.
Interesting, and ideally you are in charge of everything Kampala, and because when you list these you have just a few areas to add to that, and you have every other part of Kampala. But thank you for joining us this morning, and let us start there. Old Kampala, Kawempe, Wakiso, Nansana, Matuga. When we look at the security situation in all these areas, we have a perspective as the public, and when you talk to many people, they will say, oh, criminality is so high. They say a lot of bad things are happening in our society. But I want to start from the perspective of the Uganda Police.
Okay.
What is the state of security in Kampala? According to your assessment, according to what you do, both practically but also on the tables, how would you assess this for the public?
Thank you, moderator. I want to assure the country that the state of the crime rate, the general crime rate in our country has reduced further. With the exception of this, the registered isolated cases that draws the attention of the public, and it trends a lot on social media, and sometimes it is exaggerated. But the state of crime rate in our country has really, really reduced. And I'm saying this based on our weekly crime analysis. I got a chance to sit in the management meetings of Monday. We have Monday management meetings. We do analysis of crimes in different areas or different division. Each division has to present the analysis of crimes, and as I speak, every crime that happened in any area within my jurisdiction, I receive it. We have a platform where we communicate, so at least we do that analysis weekly, and there is a very big change, a very big reduction in crime.
You see, Afande, you say that you talk about the reductions, and I like that you talk about social media, and in your words you say sometimes it is exaggerated.
Yeah.
But you see, people are living this that we are talking about. So members of the public are in their community, and they see people holding pangas attacking an individual. People are in their community and their houses are broken into. People are in their community and probably they are on a border or in a taxi and someone is snatching their phone or bag. People are in their car and their windows are being smashed by thieves. When you say reduced, isn't that far from the reality that citizens are living in their communities?
That is the truth. I've told you, we base on our analysis. True, there is crime. We can't rule out that there is crime. But as security agents, not only police, we have measures that are countering that. We have measures on ground that honestly, these measures are visible everywhere. We are doing a lot of patrols here and there. We have disruptive operations. You've heard of that. People have made a lot of noise on that, but they shouldn't be worried because it is intelligence-led. By the time we attack an area, honestly speaking, we've got an information or we've gathered some intelligence from that ground. So, yeah, it's true there is crime, but it's true we are also doing our best with the help of the community. Of late, we've heard of robberies here and there. You've heard of that of Old Kampala. You've heard of Nansana. There was that scenario in Nansana. Then the latest of Matuga, where two were put off guard. Yeah. So, at least as police, we've done a lot to counter this. We have disruptive operations. As I speak, I passed in Wandegea and they were carrying out an operation and they had arrested very many.
Yes,
so
and
we are doing our best. Yes, crime is there, but we am assuring the public that crime has reduced and it is still reducing, and with their help, we are going to fight crime together.
Well, thank you so much for that, and we do appreciate what the Uganda Police does in making sure our communities are safe. On Monday, the spokesperson of the Uganda Police did say that since January, about 7,000 persons involved in crime have been arrested. And this is quite a big number, 7,000 people, especially looking at knowing that if now they are in prisons, that also includes the capacity of prisons in Uganda and so on. But sticking to the crime, at times what happens, and this is a general sentiment from many of community members, they will say, police arrest these people, but they go in there and 2 days later you see the same people in our streets. 2 days later you see the same people in the same, performing the same crimes in our communities, and they say, what actually happens when police arrest these people? Is it just taking them away for a night and bringing them back to do the same? What does police do with persons they arrest off the streets, like in the operations you talk about, and how can communities be assured that these people are not going to come back and engage in the same criminality?
That's a very good question, and it is a question of concern that we've had here and there. Normally when we go for this community engagement, people complain. They complain about the suspect we arrest, and tomorrow they are released. Yeah, thank you for that. It is true, like I told you and I explained to you, we have disruptive operations. We do arrest very many. In a night we can get even 1,000 of people. By then, what we do what is called screening. We do screening, and we sort out. Sometimes some of them are habitual suspects. We sort out the suspects, and the ones who are innocent, the ones we find not guilty, we normally set them free. We caution them and set them free. But the ones we remain with, we process our files and we prosecute them. We take them to court. What people don't understand is there is the initial stage of investigation is within police. We do our part, we compile the file, we gather all the evidences we need, we document it, and we forward it to state. Now, we follow the advice from state, whether to caution the person and set the person free, or to produce the person to court. Now, the challenge we have is sometimes we take these people to court, and they get bails out of court, and that is beyond our what? Our responsibility. So if court sets them free, we can't do anything. We've also been complaining of late. We've had suspects arrested. These are hardcore suspects. We produce them to court, and within a short period, they are given a very short sentence. Tomorrow you see them on what?
On the road.
On the roads. But of course, people still believe it is police. Police did not do enough.
Yeah,
Then also the other challenge we have is, yes, the community is good at blame games, which is good. It is good for us to get those feedbacks. But at times they don't come up to support us in investigations. I want to give you a simple example, or let me give you a scenario. And I will quote this. There is a scenario that happened in Matuga, and it is still trending on social media. They are blaming police. This scenario of the late Martin, may his soul rest in peace, the student who was killed, that is an incident that we would have avoided if the community that was on ground helped to take charge and controlled the suspect from what? Harming this young man. The community was there. I was even disappointed that the area local council was in the place. And by the time they notified police, when we reached, we were only told that the suspect has what? Vanished. This is our joint responsibility. If that scene was prevented, that man would not be in. Our young son wouldn't be dead. So what I'm trying to say is, security is a joint what? Responsibility. Yes, we can make noise here and there, but let's come up and see what we can do together as police. Even our mandate speaks it out. We work in partnership with the community. But at times the community fail their role and blame it to police.
And we're going to have more conversation about the community, but you speak about the processing of files and taking them to the
Court.
DPP and processes to proceed up there. And one of the concerns that keeps coming up out of there is the fact that there is always not enough evidence to incriminate and going forward enable court to find this suspect guilty. And that's the reason court will give you, if we don't have enough evidence, we are going to release this person. And let us go back to the level of investigation at police. The capacity to get all the required evidence to be presented before court, the investigations, because this is the underlying concern from courts. What's your comment on the capacity of the Uganda police to investigate cases comprehensively so that you have all the evidence required, so that these people, once arrested and presented before court, then the chances are more to the side of being found guilty than being released on the idea that there is not enough evidence?
On our side, honestly, we do a lot. We do enough as far as investigation is concerned. We gather all evidential materials, we compile them. Maybe sometimes we are frustrated here and there when you go to the scene and you find that the evidence on ground was tampered with. People are not willing to come and what? Testify. A point in case was when, like, we had a disruptive operation in Nansana. When we reached the ground, the people around refuse to reveal that the suspects are hiding in one of the rooms. The suspect uses one of the rooms. We got that information later. So for us, we arrested them, they rounded them up, they arrested them, they processed the file. Then along the way, when they were released, we went back to that ground for community policing. Then someone came up and said, but you people, you've not helped us. We said no. We came, it's true, we arrested them, but we lacked enough evidence. It was on grounds of evidence. They said, Mulimba, yet these people hide the pangas in such and such a what? And I am telling you, that very night after that engagement, they carried out a what? An operation. And we recovered those pangas. We recovered phones. We recovered motorcycles. That was the evidence we needed at that time to pin those suspects. So by the time we recovered this, the suspects were already out. How could we have helped them? But as police, we do our best. We always gather those evidence, we compile our files, we play our roles. Then the rest, we hand it over to state. And we go by the advice of the state.
Yeah, true. I found there's still more to the crime. Again, we're in a changing world.
Yes,
and today when you look at the scope of crime, you realize beyond the physical crime of stealing and murder, we also have online crime, cyber crime. And that includes people defrauding others of their monies, off mobile money, off their bank accounts. You have cyber harassment, that new development in criminality. And I want to ask you, especially being that we are in Kampala, the most urban part of Uganda, in terms of capacity, but also the realization of the Uganda police that this is actually a part of our community now. How is the capacity of police in dealing with some of these advanced challenges that are coming online, that are coming with technology? And should we believe that Uganda police is also working towards developing this capacity to see that you can combat these challenges that keep coming up in our communities?
Yes. We have measures in place to see how we can deter those crimes. One of it is we've already sensitized the people. We have the platform, we go on ground, we caution them on this and that. Actually, more of sensitization. Then besides that, at least we have digital, they call them digital arrangements, digitalization of investigations that we also do to try to track them down, and at least we have registered success. Most of them are arrested. Yeah, but I think the best way to handle that is to continue sensitizing people, because how do these people access their information, their details? Yeah, before you go into my account and defraud some money, you should be knowing some of my details. How are they accessing it? So it is all about continuous sensitization of the public, and also, of course, the ones we can't prevent, we have also a way of addressing it.
And yes, again, speaking specifically to you, the police officers, and you see, criminality has many forms, but there is another concern from the public. Whereas we said that sometimes the criminals are arrested, then taken into the court system, and maybe because of lack of enough evidence, or maybe because of the lightness of the offense, they get to be released. But there is also another side and a concern from the public that actually among police officers, one, you have people that cooperate with criminals, but all police officers that actually take bribes from criminals such that when they are arrested, they don't get to even spend the night in the cells. You leave them there, and because of the cooperation or because of the bribes that are given to officers, these people end up getting back to the communities. What's your comment on that?
Wow. What I know is the police you've gone to for that assistance and you believe took a bribe or you didn't get justice is not the last police you should what? You should put all your trust and faith in. We have levels, and every police officer out there is accountable and answerable. Okay? One, if personally say me have not helped you, I also have a boss, I have a supervisor you can go to and report. You report me, or you go and lodge a case against me. You get it? If say Mukalazi came to police, brought a suspect, brought all the needed evidence, enough to prosecute that suspect, and Mukalazi did not find justice. If it was say the outstation or the substation, go to the main station. We have the subdivisions or the substation taken over by the DPCs. There is a division. Then if the division fails you, we also have a region, the regional level. If the regional level still fails you, we have KMP. We are answerable and supervised by the KMP. If KMP fails you, I don't think you can fail to get a solution from A, B, C until, even if KMP fails you and you feel, I've not got my justice, go to Naguru.
Speaking of those mechanisms you talk about at the different levels,
and
yes.
Besides that, let me cut you short. We are not above the law. There is no police officer who is above the law. And we have that disciplinary unit that people don't like talking about, that is PSU. In case of any misconduct by a police officer, taking bribe, and you have that evidence, please, let's speak out, let's help each other. That police officer is not fit to be a police officer. He's a criminal.
And you see, Afande, that's where I was coming, the professional standards unit. We hear about it, but many times people ask, okay, I have a problem with SP or SSP so and so, and the only way to correct that is to go and look for another SSP somewhere to report this officer. How sure am I that these two are not colleagues who are just going to work together through this circle and certainly it will get back to me?
Just like the name reads out, professional standard unit. I am telling you, these people handle our discipline regardless of anything, and they don't compromise just because I am a police officer and the other person is a police officer.
Interesting.
And I am telling you, based on the past experiences, there are people I also refer to, because it can be my colleague and I see it's too much. Okay, I also refer them to PSU. I even give them contacts. And in fact, I would even be more pleased or happy if you people host most officers from the PSU, to explain to the public what they do, the concerns they handle, and how they can be of help to the public. So I refer them there, and they have never gone wrong. They have never gone wrong. They handled our discipline. If it is a criminal case, I am telling you, they will open a criminal case against you and it will be investigated, and many have lost their jobs. So it is not, the discipline of police can never be what? Compromised.
Wow, and just at that point of the discipline of police and making sure there is professionalism in the force, but most importantly, making sure all the other officers out there and in there doing their job just the right way they are supposed to do it, is the point at which Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV goes into a very, very short break, and certainly be sure that we are going to be back.
Issues at Hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at Hand.
Once again, a very good morning, and thank you for keeping it Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Philip Mulisa, and this morning I am privileged to host Superintendent of Police Alaso Immaculate, who is here to talk to us about matters criminality, matters security, and certainly painting for us a picture of what the plan of police is to secure our city and by extension the greater Kampala metropolitan area, and of course talking to us about our responsibilities as citizens, what we should do, how we can work with the Uganda police to make sure there is harmony in our society, and going forward what we as Ugandans should expect from the Uganda police force. And Afande, where we left off, we discussed a lot about the criminality and the side of criminals and the Uganda police. And now I want us to talk a bit about the community, the people. Whenever there is a negative, a bad incident in our communities, the soft spot to attack is the Uganda police. We say, where was police when all this was happening? How could they even not arrive in time? How? And we are quick to accuse from the side of the public. We say, maybe they were working with them. Maybe they even knew and they decided to delay so that. And I want us to start there. To begin with, what should the relationship between the Uganda police force and the ordinary citizens in the communities look like?
Yeah, thank you. You know, our mandate is very, very clear. We are supposed to work closely with the communities. And it is the reason why we have a department of community affairs. This department was created specifically to try to bridge the gap between police and the public. This office normally handles community policing. They are always on ground, talking to the public, trying to create that relationship, police-people relationship, and that is so important in managing effective security of our community. We expect a lot from the public. For us to be effective, we really need the public to be so close to us, because the public have all the information we need out there. The public helps us a lot as far as gathering vital information when it comes to investigation. And in most cases, if the public is not close to us, if they are not supportive to help us get the information, the security information we need, or the intelligence we need on ground, I am telling you, we cannot manage to fight it alone.
And you see, Afande, if you allow me getting from there, you see, you talk about the population assisting you getting this information, but many at times when persons in the uniform of the Uganda police appear in our society, in our communities, it is we have come to arrest individual A. It is we have come because we suspect there is a criminal activity that is happening in this place, and in any case, when you come for that duty, of course, many times you are armed, you are operating in a particular way that cannot really attract people, ordinary citizens, to come in and be able to engage with you, to speak to you. They are frightened, they are scared, and I want us to start there. Before you come to these communities, and you talk about the community relationship officers at the Uganda Police and how you interact with the community, but a relationship is built.
Yes.
And we should talk about the intervals at which the police interacts with people. We know in our community, for example, people go to church, but also sometimes church comes to the people in terms of coming to say assist the needy, and they talk to them, and you have church schools where church leaders meet with the pupils and they talk to them, and the relationship is built. What are the points of contact between citizens and the police before we get to when you come to arrest criminals, when you come to maybe in your intelligence operations and so on? These points of contacts, because these should be the areas where you build the relationship.
Yeah. The points of contacts. By the way, we have very many engagements with the communities. We have football teams. We do play with them. They beat us. Sometimes we beat them. We have we have meetings, frequent meetings with the community, especially our stakeholders. at least in a week, in a village, there should be at least 3 in a week in a given village. So apart from the meetings, apart from the galas, apart from, they even invite us for parties.
But are these meetings happening, Afande?
They are happening. And we have records, we have our attendance list. We have them, the attendance list. These days they are even free, they invite us for parties. As I speak this Saturday, they have invited me for one of Okwanja. Afande twagala oberewo, beerawo oyogereko n'abantu. They give us platforms. Of course, there are these few who are still a bit, can I use the word timid? Very few that are still not so close to us, but we are also doing our best. The Department of Community Affairs is doing the best to see that that gap should be what? Covered. Should be covered. And of course, you can't draw 100% of the public close to you. There are those ones who are, they have this criminal mind in them. So criminals are not so close to us. Very few hardened criminals do move closer to police, but the rest try to keep away from police. But we are doing our best. We really need the public so close to us. We interact with them. You get them in markets. In churches. Almost every Sunday there is a CLO in a church. They give them a platform. These days the communities knows that police is so important. We need police. They really give us platforms. Yeah, and those platforms are avenues for us to try to build that trust. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And again, still in the communities, you see, police in executing their duties, we have community leaders at different levels. We have political leaders, religious leaders, leaders in academia, cultural leaders, and these are some of the people that lead opinion in our communities. And you spoke about the meetings. I want to pick what happens in these interactions, and especially now we are in Kampala.
Yes.
The reality of politics is in Kampala is such that many of the leaders, we are just from the electoral season, and many of the leaders, the political leaders in Kampala are in opposition political parties. And I'm sure you've heard comments at times that say police is sometimes siding with this particular political party and they don't want to work with this political party. Where am I going? What is your relationship with the leaders in the communities, both the political, the cultural, the academic leaders? What is the relationship like? And certainly, do you have engagements beyond the meetings with the other ordinary members of the society to see how they can assist you penetrate these societies in understanding the people, what they do, and going forward helping in your security duty?
With our relationship with the politicians, more especially you're talking of opposition, I don't think our relationship is bad, because for us as police, we only play our mandate. We don't play it beyond our mandate. And our mandate does not isolate a specific group and gives attention to a specific group. It does not talk about the parties, does not talk about the churches, the different cultural norms, no. So as police, if you're a true police officer who knows your mandate, you only perform the task within your mandate. Knowing that you are accountable, you are answerable. Yeah.
And still, now looking at community members, we do know that even the criminals we talk about, however big or small, they are members of a particular family. They have a brother somewhere, they have a sister somewhere, they have a father or mother somewhere. And you see, this should be easy to even trace these people, because by the time one is participating in a particular offense for 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, then someone in their family knows. Some of their friends know, members of the community know. How can these community members be of help to the police in terms of, I know you spoke earlier about giving you information, but even this giving information, some people do not know how should they give this information, and how sure can they be that once they give you this information, it doesn't get back to them. Maybe the criminals getting to know that it is this person that reported me, or maybe what we talked about earlier, maybe having rogue officers that will that collaborate with these criminals, and they get to know, oh, this is the person that gave you out to the police. How is that working out?
Yeah, thank you for that. We do protect our witnesses, people who come out and give us information. We really protect them. And I think I've not heard of someone coming out and say, no, I gave this information to police and police did not what? Police gave me out, or police went and gave out the same information to a wrong person or to my enemy. No. What I know is we are supposed to protect these witnesses. We are supposed to protect our informants. And even before you give out that information, know which office you're giving it to. It's not a matter of coming, you reach the police station, you get any officer, and you give out that information. No, that is not how we do it. We have specific or different, we have different departments that handles different tasks. Giving out information, and a sensitive information that will lead us to a breakthrough, at least should be given, or you should confine either to the overall supervisor. We have the Department of Crime Intelligence. Actually, they do it even better. Crime Intelligence, or say the DPC. If you can really meet the DPC, just tell him, I have this information. Even if you don't want to be a witness to that, because most of them fear, they fear their security back. You just say, DPC, I have this information, but I don't want to be part. You give the details. You can start from there. I know you'll get the information you need.
All right, and you see, what that speaks to is access. Many times at these police stations, especially the bigger ones, getting there, you want to go to some of the officers of the senior officers, and it's not easy. They will tell you they are either busy or they are not there, or the junior officer tells you, no, you cannot access it unless you tell me what you want them for. And I want us to speak about that. First of all, do I have the right to access every police office at every station, or which offices am I allowed to access as an ordinary citizen, and what do I need to access these offices?
You have posed a very good question. Now, from today, I want the public to know that these offices are yours. These are your offices.
Should be.
And anyone can access any office. That is what people don't know. You know, they say information is power. These offices are accessed by anyone. You can access even the IGP. Did you know that? You might go there, true, and you get that he's busy, but at least they will give you an appointment to meet him. And that is what people don't know. These offices are yours, and even the bosses. I can refer to my boss, my RPC, our regional police commander, SSP Nanuka. I am telling you, even a mad person can access his office, and he gives equal attention to anyone. So these offices are yours from today. If you have any information, if anyone blocks you from reaching that office, at least try to get your way through asking another officer. Maybe this specific person might block you, but just know that you have that power, you have that right, and it is an equal right for any member of the public to access any public office.
Well, that is very interesting, and certainly to our viewers, you hear that very powerful there, that it is your right, and indeed you have a duty if you want to access any office in the Uganda Police Force. just move to that police station and there will be a way for you to get in there and talk to whichever officer you would like to talk to. And officer, one more thing about that is people that report from the communities, or maybe there is an emergency somewhere in the community, and understandably maybe the police patrol car is not available at the station, but even when it's available, you'll hear concerns of we reported this, but the officer said we do not have fuel to come there, or the officer said we do not have personnel to come to that location. I want to hear your comment on that. Are there moments when the Uganda Police Force does not have fuel to go and perform its duties in the communities, but also in terms of personnel and things like that?
It has never happened in our day-to-day performance of our tasks that we are not, those cars are not fueled. I want to assure you, and I want to assure the public, that we have enough budgeted fuel to run our activities, to carry out our operations, to respond to scene of crimes timely. And if any police officer frustrates you on that ground, I am telling you people, we are not above the law. It means that you will not find justice. If this person has not responded to the scene of crime on time, you know, maybe the challenge, before I go to that, the challenge we have with the members of the community is, I am telling you, they don't have contacts of police officers or of the nearest police station. Sometimes it is not that police delayed, but it is them who delayed our response. They have not given us information on time, maybe because of they didn't know whom to contact. I was so surprised. We went to a community engagement, and even the area chairperson didn't have the area police officers. But from today, I want to caution you, make sure at least you have the contact of the nearest police station, and not just their personal contacts. You know, sometimes you go to a police station and you're given a personal contact. You come to me, Mukalazi, and I give you my personal contact. Tomorrow it is off, or tomorrow the line is not on, or tomorrow you find that I was shifted to another place. Use the counter. We have these counter phones. We have those counter phones. And we've printed it everywhere. In every police station, they've tasked them to print it and stick it either on the door or the walls for the public. Those counter phones are the most genuine contacts for you to have. Because we have officers, okay, we work 24/7. If I am off duty, there is an officer seated on that table with that counter number, and it should work, and they are tasked to receive every call. So that one is the most genuine contact for our members out there. For us, we are there, and we are going to respond. If you call us, there is any scene, we are going to respond timely.
And on a lighter note, Afande, but also still in line with your duty, and speaking to those phones you talk about, there is, of course, there is the very famous one. People know there is 999, and that's a very quick one. But and I think if you are in your free time, if you start watching a bit of comedy shows, there is a famous comedian in Uganda who joked about how Uganda police responds to emergencies, especially when there is a phone call, and they talk about a list of questions that are asked when you call in. So you are calling, hey, I have an emergency here, and they say, what is your name? Where are you? How old are you? Education background. Okay, now talk to us. What is the emergency? I have thieves. Then they ask you, how many are they? How are they dressed? How many? What weapons do they have? Basically, a long list of questions, yet we are in an emergency situation. I want to ask you, because you are in these operations, what does a typical emergency phone call between a whistleblower or a citizen that is reporting something and a police officer, what does it look like?
It's good you corrected by saying a comedian was trying to It was it was from a comedian. But you know, people are still seeing police in a past perspective. There is a lot that has improved in police. Whenever we go for this community engagement, what we do, we try out those numbers. I give you I tell you to dial and call that number, and you see if it will not respond. I am telling you, these days we are also on tension. We are working on tension. If I don't respond to your call, I know you can charge me. You will report. I will be reported. You will report me to my boss, and tomorrow I'm charged. So these people respond. Those are just hearsay. They respond untimely.
Sure.
Just because we don't have time, you would even try it up, and then we see practically. But what I know is they do respond, and 99 is a very genuine number for you to call. It is a good contact for you to call in case of emergency. You've tried maybe the counterphone, or you've forgotten the counterphone, and it is the easiest number for you to cram.
Well, thank you so much, Afande, for that. Now, like you said, our time is really very much fast spent. But before we go out of here, I have just two things more to ask you for. One is, in a minute, your final message to the public about, especially from the Uganda Police, assurance on the security situation and the confidence they should have in you as the Uganda Police Force.
I want to assure the public that we are there for them. We are on ground, and we are very much willing to cooperate and work with them to see that we fight and reduce crime in our community. And what I am asking of the public, let's continue working together. This is a joint responsibility, so that we see that instead of making alarm here and there, let's join hand and fight this crime together. We are there for you. We are ready to play our part, but you also have a responsibility to play.
Oh,
yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Afande, for that. And now, because you're on Judge of Uganda Family TV, one of the things we do is we celebrate value, and what we are doing now in this week and going forward in this month is we have Women's Day coming up around the corner, and we celebrate women that are making impact, that are transforming societies, that are making a contribution to our country. And who more can we celebrate than our women in the force that are serving our country, that are making the sacrifice of being out there to make sure every other person in our community is safe. And on that note, Afande, to begin with, we want to say thank you so much that you made the decision to serve in the Uganda Police Force, but also all the other female officers out there. We thank you so much for that choice you took to come and sacrifice your comfort for serving the nation Uganda, and indeed everyone that is a part of it. And as we get to the end of the show, I want you to pass a Women's Day message specifically to the officers you work with, the female officers in the force, celebrating them and indeed wishing them a very happy Women's Day and Women's Month, because in Uganda we take the entire month. We don't just stop at the day.
Not specifically police officers. Women do a lot out there. I would just wish every woman out there a happy Women's Day. All of them. We all contribute to our country, by the way. Much as we do an extreme, because the work we do is not easy. We give in a lot of time. Sometimes it is a sacrifice. But we chose our profession out of love for our country. But I want to appreciate every woman out there. Thank you for being a mother. Thank you for taking care of your beautiful families. I wish you a happy Women's Day. May God bless you all.
Happy Women's Day indeed to you all. And Superintendent of Police Alaso Immaculate, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for sharing with us the knowledge and the perspective of the Uganda Police in terms of what our society should look like and going forward, what we should be doing to making sure we are safe. Thank you. And to you, our amazing viewers, thank you so much for keeping it Issues at Hand and Church of Uganda Family TV for all that we have had for you since 6 a.m. in the Rise Family Show, and where we are at 10 a.m. heading into more programming that continues to enrich your lives. My name is Philip Melissa, and a very good morning.
Issues at Hand